So my name is Chelsea. I run a business called Chelsea Makes, and I am a maker, a miniaturist, and a finalist on NBC's crafting competition show, Making It. I feel like with social media these days, there's definitely more of a crafting community than there was before. But there's so few times, especially, most makers are working on their own in their own studio. And so Making It is kind of this place where you're putting together all of these amazingly talented people that are from completely different mediums and backgrounds, and just like putting them together to swap secrets. And I feel like I learned so much just going through the competition, more so than I thought, which was kind of just one of the best outcomes. I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. There's a couple of things, small details I would change here and there, but I honestly probably could have used extra time on all of them. So I'll take all the extra time like they'd give me. I had applied to season 2 of Making It and wasn't selected, obviously. But as I was preparing to apply for season 2, I started learning as many different crafts as I could. I tried every technique I thought that I might be able to use. And I think that helped me prepare for just any of the random things you think might get thrown at you when it came finally down to season 3. I think it's best practice to do things that you know and are comfortable with, but there's definitely quite a few times throughout the season that I just pushed myself and said, I'm gonna hopefully figure this out, or Jimmy DiResta, who's the shop manager, is gonna help me, because it's the one opportunity in your life that you're surrounded by, like you said, all of these tools that you don't normally have access to, all of these materials you don't normally have access to, and someone like Jimmy who is very capable and willing to teach you. So I tried to take advantage of those opportunities as much as I could. So, I wouldn't describe myself as someone who has ever watched reality television and been like, oh, I want to be a reality television star. But Making It came out and it was nice and it was friendly and it was all about something I love to do, which was make things. And as I would watch the challenges, I would just try and think in my head, what would I make if I was on the spot making this? And I, questioned, if I could do it. And ultimately, when it came down to apply, I was like, I just need to know if I can. I need to know if I can do it. I need to know what it would be like. And I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity to try it out, because it's really like nothing I've ever experienced before. And like you said, the time limit on things, it's stressful and it's, intense, but it also forces you to kind of make decisions and stick with things and just problem solve. So it was really just an incredible experience. And I just, I wouldn't change a thing about it. Unfortunately, none of us live super close to one another, but I was living in California, and so Melania was just, a couple of miles away in San Francisco. So we got together a few times. Now I relocated, and I am getting together with some of the other cast members. Jess came by a few weeks ago, which was awesome. And so hopefully, as things in our crazy world start to settle down, it'll be easier for us to get together. But every episode, we've got a group chain texting each other about what's going on. And it's just been really nice to have a group of makers who are so willing to support each other. And, especially when it comes to crafting questions, you have a question about any technique, you just go to that group chat and you'll find your answer.
Like the audition process.
Yeah, I think that, the first thing is that they really want to see just what you make, what is your style, and so you submit tons of pictures and there's some interviews just to get to know who you are, and then one of the things they do, which is they take a challenge from a past season and they just tell you to give it a shot, and you come up with something, and that's really how they judge what you would be capable of doing. And so in those practice rounds, you give yourself the same time limit that they would have had on the show, and you just see, okay, can I do it? And that was the first real test of me wondering, can I do this? And I did it in 3 hours, and I was just like, oh, this is pretty cool. And so that's really kind of the main parts of it. And it's just, testing yourself in a million different ways and showing off what you're capable of. So my website is chelseamakes.com, and I am most active on Instagram, where it's @ChelseaMakes. And of course, you should watch on Thursday the finale of season 3 of NBC's Making It. It's going to be amazing. You've got me and 3 other amazing artists. So I'm excited to see what people think about what we make.
Where do you go from here? What's your next challenge?
Well, I don't know yet. I'm just making things and trying to take on projects as they come to me. So if anyone has a project they need some miniature work on, I'm your girl.